So, this is it. I'm Nune from Armenia, and my presentation is about on globalization and its impact on Armenia. Meanwhile, I am touching the base of cultural diplomacy. Here is the agenda. So the first point about SYC, Armenia, Poland, and joint projects. As we move on, Stepanavan Youth Center, a little bit of information about it. The goals of the organization are to unify youth, promote volunteering, develop youth information, counseling, and research resources, promote sustainable human development, raise the role and significance of youth and women in state, political, and social life, establish connections, and promote exchanges. So just a few photos from the Stepanavan Youth Center and its projects that have been accomplished in different countries. It has been established 9 years ago and has completed more than 350 projects. And Armenia, a little bit about Armenia in the New World. Traditional disadvantages, small population, about 3 million, no natural resources, isolated and landlocked, tough neighborhood. Whereas the New World advantages are that the world is flat, global market, and as an example is the Instagram. A very small team of 15 people creating Instagram, which is globally used worldwide. Large key resources, smart population, world chess champions throughout the 4 most recent chess tournaments. We have triumphed 3 times, and it's quite inexpensive, with strong diaspora. Armenia's attractiveness, market environment, non-volatile and expanding, cost-effective, government is stable and democratic. Technology sphere is primary consideration, and that's how I'm using globalization and IT. And infrastructure is quite reliable, technical environment, technology, tradition. Armenia-Poland joint project, opening ceremony of the Armenian Garden in Belgica in Warsaw. In June, we have our president taking part in the event. Dendropark in Armenia, established in 1933 by Polish engineer Forster Leonovich. And this is a very nice place where we visit free of charge, a public place, just a few photos. And city development, modern diplomacy at last. What is diplomacy? The practice of interaction among different actors to gain strategic advantage and pursue one's self-interest. In the field of international relations, diplomacy refers to the practices of negotiations concluded between representatives of nations or organizations on matters such as making peace, trade, war, economics, culture, the environment, and human rights. However, this definition does not involve all aspects of diplomacy, as a broader definition is needed. It is necessary to structure the term of diplomacy in alignment with the features of 21st century. The concept of diplomacy in the public sphere is frequently used as a synonym to foreign policy, which may not be relevant at all times. If modern foreign policy is characterized by the objective actions of the state in the global system itself, then diplomacy is one of the tools of foreign policy. International relations and the roles of transnational institutions and cultural values merger. Globalization has demonstrated the importance of interdependent governments and economies, the impact of international governance organizations, institutions, and alliances such as UN, UNESCO, World Trade Organizations, EU, World Bank, International Monetary Fund have now become significant role players. Apart from other multinational corporations have modified the global market, the demands, and the request as well, and have made international relations even stronger and more powerful. Role of Armenia within a larger global market. So, we know that globalization has contributed to IT industry and ICT worldwide. The information flow has much more accessibility, and it's quite flexible to gain the information you want at every spot. And as a process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments, globalization is contributed by IT and ICT. ICT industry is contributing to space compressions and has revolutionized communication. That is how we have smart everything. And that is how the world goes flat. Citing Thomas Friedman's thesis about the flat world, which seems to refer to the economy in particular. Economic globalization caused by IT revolution within the last 20 and more years allowed individuals to cooperate and compete with each other globally. And this is the three principles Friedman suggests: infrastructure, technology to connect with the rest of the world, educated individuals who can compete in that world, inspirational leadership, which is religion. Globalization, in interaction with high-tech, has changed lifestyles of people, since the flow of information is infinite in opportunities. Armenia is a very bright example, which has established few worldwide known organizations operating outside, like Synopsis in Armenia and Synopsis in Gdansk, with which we cooperate a lot. As I'd like to mention just a few very important points about the ICT industry in Armenia, which is the most dynamic field, a primary field stated by the economy, and ICT unit weight in GDP comprises around 5%, which is in alignment with many developed countries, and female-male involvement within ICT industry comprises 30 to 35 and 65 to 70%. And we have globalization, enhancement of social network ties. In the aftermath of globalization and its impact and its cooperation with IT, enhancement of social network ties is accomplished. Enhancement in the information flow between geographically remote locations, worldwide productions, financial markets merger, multiculturalism extension, individual access to cultural diversity is completed, local consumer products export, adoption of new practices, technologies, and expertise via diverse projects, exchanges, and etc., and accelerated innovation, which is an aftermath of IT. And here is where we come, increasingly touching everything, everyone, everywhere. This is IT and its impact on our daily and routine. And we see that we are using IT in every sphere, in mobile, in data center, in networking, in digitals, and in military, industrial, and very many other fields. And however, among the numerous advantages of globalization, noteworthy GDP increase, unemployment reduction, education level changing, competition is on an even platform with education and allowing a better and more competitive options for getting higher education and so on, and options for consumers is quite extended. For instance, this conference joining, and it's a joint project with our participation made possible via ASYC and joint project with Polish, global mass media ties worldwide, and so on. And hence, environmental protection is increased, vital information is shared rapidly, and reduced cultural barriers are obvious. And as an end, I'd like to state that social network area is expanded. And as our Prime Minister Tigran Sargsyan's article, I'd like to state that geographically remote locations are getting even closer, are integrating, and there is a threat of the states on a local level to be losing their power and national identity, thus enabling the vanishing of borders among states. Space and time restrictions typical of a post-industrial society, multiculturalism as an aftermath shaping a brave new world. At the end, it is with fundamental knowledge and innovative ideas, through partnership and consistency, that we can collaborate and make informed, consented decisions to ensure harmony and equality for all. Finally, knowledge is power, as conveyed by Francis Bacon. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.